Well, the weather's way too cold and still waiting on parts for old domestic violence. In the meantime, here's a video on my 82 Dodge Crewy Long. Started its life as a 2-wheel drive, 360 auto. Converted to Cummins 5-speed. I got a spare Indy 4500 with this truck here. And then this video, you'll see her get converted to 4-wheel drive. It was actually originally planned this video was going to be the first video for the Mullet Break Motorsports channel, but then I filmed a bunch of stuff and kind of forgot to film a bunch of stuff, and then decided I didn't want to edit it because I had no ambition to do it. But here it is. I'm gonna make our first video on this old piece. It's a 82 Dodge D300. It was a 360 automatic, and basically what we're doing with this is we got that thing there, which was a Cummins, and then some Newfoundlander took all the mint shit out and put it in an absolutely clapped out pilot Ford. But we're gonna take the diffs out of that thing, put it in this, and then we got another Cummins to sacrifice to throw in. But today what we got to do, as you see, there's a lot of stuff missing here for the 4-wheel drive, so we're gonna cut all this stupid 2-wheel drive shit off and see what we can do. Specifically picked today for doing all this shit because, well, the weatherman said it wasn't supposed to rain, but it's definitely been raining. We got the old service quad here, dueling Hondas. She'll work just mint, and yeah, got a lot of shit out here. We're gonna start scavenging parts. Before you start this project, you're generally gonna want to have at least maybe 736 of these Dodge trucks laying around. And then what you're gonna want to do is find one that you really don't care if you butcher it up. And this piece of shit, I'm gonna just take the old fucking muzzle, cut it right there, and basically you want that and that. So once you got that shit, you're basically set. But you're also gonna want to not fuck up, and you gotta cut this out of here too. You can cut up the 2-wheel drive one, I think, and make it work, but it's just easier if you got all this shit to just do it the right way. In fact, put a 4-wheel drive cross member in there. Real key factor here is we got all this dry grass, so just do yourself a favor and try and pick some of it and throw it away before you start cutting these off and they start lighting everything on fire, because keeping it real can go wrong real quick there. So this piece of shit truck here that I'm taking all these parts off of, well, obviously the diffs have already been robbed out of it for another truck. And when I did this project, I don't know, I was probably 14 or 15 when I originally stripped this truck. And the blocking job that I did on this thing is the scariest, most atrocious mess I think I've witnessed under a vehicle in a long time. And I've been to the auto wreckers lately, like, this is fucking ridiculous. But yeah, we're gonna just carry on and try and cut this frame out of here, because I'm kind of done with cutting rivets right now with the frame on this truck, because it's just an absolute cut. There's so much grass constantly trying to catch on fire. I'm just gonna get her over with real quick and checking to make sure you got proper blockage before doing anything unsafe underneath the truck. You're gonna want to make sure that the truck can rock up and down at least a solid foot, and when it's like that, you know you're safe. Got it cut in half. I think, emphasis on the think, everything's disconnected. I don't really know, I didn't actually do anything. I just started cutting, and well, now the frame's laying on the ground. But all we're gonna do here is just hop on the Honda and try and thread the needle here with the front half of that frame. And yeah, we'll see what happens. Oh yeah, that's not at all where I wanted you to go. So let's just hit that with a little more speed. Oh, and yeah, the cable came disconnected. As you can see, the Honda has absolutely zero fucking brakes. So we'll go back and put that strap up again. Oh. Yeah, that's where you'll stop every fucking time. It's right on the strap. move this a little bit. Give her absolutely the best possible chance you can. Oh, yeah, that's fucking awesome. The bumper's caught right on the drag link, so I'm gonna have to shut this off and do a little bit of adjustment before we can get this out of here. Okay, let's try that again. Oh yeah, that's gonna work just fine. I'll probably ride this thing two-handed though, so I'll catch up with you guys in a sec. Taking out about 35 willow trees and one absolutely massive anthill. Like, I've got to actually show you this fucking anthill. This thing's impressive. Look at the size of this fucking anthill. What are they, fucking red ants? Oh yeah, bunch of dirty red ants. They're just right happy that I fucking fucked up their home. But I'm gonna keep on cutting now to go grab all the fuck shit from over there. And yeah, see where we can go today. The Honda is just a mint service quad. Cut the front half of the frame off another piece of shit. Just gotta start ripping that there off, that there off, and that there off, and working styling. And then just to cut the rest of this stupid fuck off this piece of two-wheel drive. The guys figured out that there's no way I'm gonna get this project done without torches, but I'm gonna cut down this fuck frame as far as I can with getting rid of this two-wheel drive garbage anyways. And yeah, that'll probably be it for today, because, well, I've been trying to knock this frame apart, and it's just, they're in there. As you can see with the back half of the frame. I got this truck, some asshole took the release out, but they decided to cut the fucking hangers rather than just unbolt everything. So I had to knock all this shit out, but I was able to get those ones out with a sledgehammer. These ones, not so much. So, yeah, we'll find a set of torches and go from there. My memory's pretty shit, so I don't exactly remember where I left off with Vidya, but we're back over here at the truck, and where the fuck? Right here. So basically this was right there as part of the end and cross member for the upper control arm. I just kind of peeled that off there, but you got a bunch of stupid studs that you gotta cut out. And once you get those out, there's 4 bolts holding an end and cross member in. And after you take those out, what you're gonna want to do is grab yourself a big hammer and then just start wailing on it. Wail one side back, one side front, because those suckers there have got to work their way out. And I don't know, you could probably, I don't know, I'm gonna try wailing on it. I might end up just cutting it out, but we'll see what happens. I'll let you know if I gotta cut them. I gave her an honest 2-minute try, and wailing on it with a hammer ain't really the best option, so I'm gonna just cut one side and she should come right out of there. Just like that, that's out of there. And let's move this out of the way. So this cross member here, I'm gonna try and do this without taking it out. You're gonna have to cut a couple studs off the bottom of the frame there. But on top of that, the two-wheel drive's got the stupid fucking little stabilizer arm fucking pieces of shit. So I'm gonna just cut these off because this is a rad sport cross member. The one that came off the other truck was completely tacked out. Looks like somebody probably hooked onto it with a chain to try and tow the truck out at one point, because it was an off-road truck. I'm gonna try and slide that other cross member over there in between frame rails and see if I can get it in there, and if not, well, I'll have to fucking take that sucker out and slide her in from the front. But yeah, I had to get that guy out of there to get the fucking new cross member in, so yeah, I'm just gonna fucking say fuck it and try and straighten out that bitch. But now, since we're gonna be using all bolts and shit and the fucking gay fucking factory studs, gotta drill out all of these holes to fucking 1/2 inch. So I'm gonna fucking use the big old Makita and go to town on drilling. not looking forward to this. We got a few holes drilled out, which actually went really fucking easy. Mint printed all the drill bits, but I forgot to put one bolt in. There's another bolt supposed to go up there. But this is your front hanger, and all your holes are already drilled for it. You just have to make them bigger, obviously. The back, however, where the fuck is that fucking piece? Just a sec. So for the back, this is your rear hanger, and it's supposed to be a bushing in that, but she got a little hot and kind of melted her way out while I was cutting it off the other frame. But that goes in the frame somewhere around there. And yeah, so you got to drill new holes for that. And also this engine cross member, as you can see, there's a lot of holes, but none of them line up. So you're gonna have to mark those out, drill those. And to do that, you're gonna need your templates. So I guess next step, we're gonna get back to fucking cutting templates. Nothing's actually finalized, obviously, but I figured I'd show you. This is the four-wheel drive rad support. That's the four-wheel drive engine cross member, and that's one of the leaf spring hangers. Just kind of mock in place. Still got one more bolt to put in, but it's going not too bad. Cutting that cocksucker over there out was a real fucking chore, though. We got one template here done. This is the passenger side. The driver's side's a little bit more of a cunt because, well, I gotta take the fucking brake lines off and shit. Still gotta do that on that frame too. But make sure after you make your template, just try and wear a glove because, well, she's a bit fucking sharp. But I'm gonna fucking get her up in place and put a couple bolts in it, and I'll show you what it looks like. Well, now that I've installed my double frame, you gotta drill out these holes here, these two holes here, and those four there. You're gonna have to hole saw or plasma that, or if you're good at the torch or got a fucking circle burner or whatever, use that. I'm not that skilled, so I'm gonna just fucking use a hole saw. But yeah, I'm using a 70s frame for a template on an 80s frame, so it's not exactly the same. Like this hole here, if you look on the back side, that hole in the 80s frame is a lot bigger than the 70s frame. So there definitely is differences. If you look at this frame over here, it's got a big hole too. This is the 92, whatever the fuck. So the frame on this is a lot more similar to that truck. So if I was to do this again, I would ideally try and either use a 70s crew cab frame or use 80s frame templates. But this is gonna work just fine. I really didn't plan on drilling any holes today. I was actually gonna fucking start wrapping up. But I said, fuck it, it's only 7:30. Don't have to be up till 4 in the morning. So drilled a few holes. Marked out the other holes with the drill bit, because, I mean, you might as well. That one's gonna be a fucking cunt, because as you can see, the fucking body's right in the way. I really wish I had a magnetic drill press for this, but this fucking big old Makita, she does the job just fine. Well, that's gonna be it for today. It's like 8 o'clock and I gotta be up at fucking 4, so call that a wrap for this weekend. Should be able to get a fucking front diff under it next weekend, I reckon. I got some stuff mocked up. Obviously the shock tower and the end of cross member. I think for those holes there, all I'm gonna do is just unbolt the cab, jack it up, and drill them out. Fuck all to it. It's a month and whatever the fuck later, and leaf springs finally showed up, so I'll get back at this fucking piece of shit. I got the template off of this side. I forgot to fucking record this, but I got that back mount on. To do that, all I did was remove the fucking nuts for the front cab mounts, jacked her up, and went at her with the old drill. And yeah, now I still gotta fucking make a template for the other side, which, well, that was a lot of work for this side. But it's fucking way she goes, so no sense in bitching about it. I'm just gonna get at her. You gotta make sure you remove your proportioning valve and whatnot, because that'll fuck you a little bit. But besides that, let's fucking get at her. Got a lovely old rainstorm. Mother Nature wanted to help prevent grass fires. And yeah, got the generator going again, ready to start cutting. You're gonna want to make sure you got some wet grass stuck in there when you plug your extension cord in. Yeah, let's fucking get to her. Things going pretty good. Got the other frame chopped down. Just taking a minute here to kind of relax, because, well, as you can see, the old Leatherman's, she's lived her last day. It's a pretty fucking sad moment right now, but fucking way she goes. We're getting close to fucking bolt up now. Template's all done. Most of the holes drilled out. Just working on the back ones. This is my sketchy riggings for jacking up the cab. You're gonna want to have the wheel as close to the edge as possible. But that frame rail's real mint, good and solid. And yeah, drill out those holes. Put that last fucking hanger in. Put all the cross members back in. Bolt her up. And then pull the diff out of that fucking thing. Like I missed a whole pile of shit, but got the front end basically all dialed together. Got to put the rear shackles on still. That's no big deal. Got the old fucking diff ready to swing underneath there. Loyal first gen. Gotta love that thing. So yeah, we're gonna use a lot of our backs and a little of our brains and try and get this fucking diff underneath this fucking goddamn truck. Well, front end's underneath it. I gotta order a high steer kit first still yet. But, yeah, that's fucking really all there is to it. Don't mind that. That's just a 5/8 nut on a 9/16 bolt. Gonna have to go get one of those nuts. And yeah, she's a good bit of work, but it's not too bad in the end. And she's a bit bigger now. I gotta get that all situated. Once that's in there, she'll be fucking ready to roll off this trailer. You see here, Danny, you're gonna want to have just the right amount of overlap, keep the grass from growing up through her. And then back here, you're gonna want to have more overlap. I went with about, I don't know, that's like 12 inches. And I kind of changed the way she all goes and whatnot. And yeah, I'm gonna do a perimeter around, obviously, because, well, I gotta run an engine crane over here, and she might be a little bit of a cocksucker with all the grass and whatnot. Well, and the fact it's gonna be fucking like 1,500 pounds worth of shit hanging in the air, but never mind that. Yeah, that's a fucking nice floor right there.